Magandang araw po sa lahat. Ako si Liz. I'm a full-time mom, pero nakapagturo po ako ng math for the last 12 years. 9 years sa Pilipinas at 3 years dito sa Amerika. So today, I'm sharing with you this video about identifying quadratic equations. This is in response to a friend's request. So I hope it will also help you guys out there. All right. Before anything else, I'd like to define to you what is a quadratic equation. According to mathisfun.com, a quadratic equation is an equation where the highest exponent of the variable is a square. So, let me highlight some of the important words na kailangan natin maintindihan. Important words na kailangan natin maintindihan before we proceed. What is the meaning of the highest exponent? Okay, let's consider example number 1. We have x squared equals 2. Now, x there is actually the variable. Alright, now when we talk about exponents, x is also the base. Bakit base? Dahil nasa baba siya ng exponent natin, which is number 2. That's the exponent. Yung number na nasa upper right side ng x or ng any variable or any number. Yung maliit na number at the upper right side, that's called the exponent. Sometimes it's called the power or the degree of a variable. Okay? Now, how about the term square here? In math, it could mean two things. It could mean shape with 4 equal sides. It could also mean an exponent too. So if we have x squared, ibig sabihin ng exponent ng x ay 2. Alright? Now let's take a look at our second example. We have negative 2x squared plus 1 equals 0. Now notice the highest, ang pinakamalaking exponent na makikita natin again ay 2. So, merong negative 2 before x. That's called the coefficient of x. It doesn't matter po kung merong number or wala. As long as the highest exponent ay 2, that's quadratic equation. For example number 3, we have y squared over 5 minus 1 equals 3. Ang equation natin ay pwedeng magkaroon ng fraction. Now take note, dapat yung y squared or x squared or your variable natin ay nasa ibabaw ng fraction. Ibabaw ng fraction. So, in this case, we have y squared at the top of 5. Therefore, it's a quadratic equation given that the highest exponent is still 2. And finally, we have 1/4 a squared plus a minus 1 equals 2. Now, in this case, our variable is a. Merong 1/4 before a squared. It's okay. It doesn't matter kung ano ang number before a, as long as the highest exponent is 2. Now, notice there's another a there. Yung variable na walang exponent, automatically may exponent na 1. Okay? Always remember that. All right, let's proceed to more examples here. Okay? For number 1, we have x squared plus 4x equals 7. Again, it's obviously a quadratic equation kasi ang highest exponent, pinakamataas na exponent ay 2. Number 2, x squared over 3 minus x plus 4 equals 0. Now, ang x squared natin ay nasa fraction, pero nasa taas siya ng fraction. Ibig sabihin, that's still a quadratic equation. Number 3. Ang number 3 is a little bit tricky kasi hindi natin nakikita ang exponent na 2. However, remember that when we have a parentheses, it means most of the time multiplying or i-multiply mo yung term na nasa labas sa lahat ng terms na nasa loob ng parentheses. So, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna multiply t times 2t. That's gonna be 2t squared. Bakit po? Dahil may tinatawag tayo sa math ng loss of exponent. Kung i-multiply natin ang dalawang variable na magkapareho, let's just say t squared times cube. So pareho silang t, and then we multiply them. According to the laws of exponents, we simply add up the exponents. So t squared times t cubed is actually t to the fifth power, or t with an exponent of 5. Okay? So that's just an example or explanation. Bakit t times 2t is 2t squared. Next, i-multiply natin ngayon ang t times 4. So that's gonna be t plus 4t equals -2. Alright? So I suppose by now, yung mga students natin, alam nila kung paano mag-multiply ng variables and polynomials. Okay? Now, if you would notice here, the highest exponent there is 2. Therefore, number 3 is actually a quadratic equation. How about number 4? Number 4, we have y plus 3 equals 5. Our variable here is y. Now, walang exponent na 2. And any variable na walang exponent, automatically yung exponent niyan ay 1. Therefore, number 4 is not a quadratic equation kasi dapat, again, the highest exponent is 2. Number 5 is pretty much the same as number 3. All you have to do is multiply the outside term to everything inside the parentheses. So 2r times 4r. So that's going to be 2 times 4 is 8. R times R. Yeah, add up lang natin yung exponent. Now 1 plus 1 is 2. And then we're going to multiply 2r times minus 5 or -5. That's 10r. Tapos i-copy lang natin yung equals 3. So notice, the highest exponent now is 2. That makes it a quadratic equation. For number 6, we have 2 over x squared minus 4x equals 0. Now, here, the highest exponent is 2. However, yung variable ay nasa ilalim ng fraction. That disqualifies it to be a quadratic equation. Kasi ang quadratic equation, it needs to have the highest exponent 2. However, it should also be a polynomial equation. And according to the definition of polynomial equation, dapat ang variable ay hindi dapat nasa ilalim ng fraction. Okay? Always remember that. Number 7, x squared plus 2x to the 4th power minus 3 equals 0. Notice, there are 2 exponents here. We have 2 and 4. And 4 is not 2. Well, I mean, hindi, the highest exponent is not 2. Actually, this one is called a quartic equation. For me, this is not a quadratic equation. I have seen other articles over the internet that can justify na pwede maging quadratic equation itong x squared plus 2x to the 4th power minus 3 equals 0. But based on the definition I presented a while ago, it is not a quadratic equation. Finally, let's have number 8, -2y squared plus 1 equals 0. Again, if you notice, the highest exponent is 2, therefore it is a quadratic equation. It doesn't matter kung ang coefficient or ang number before y squared is negative or positive. It doesn't matter. Basta ang highest exponent ay 2. Alright, that's pretty much it.
If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.